Well, I think we're seeing the degree to which Nigel Farage has basically driven the establishment mad. They have completely lost the plot. They went, of course, for the dirty tactics, the smear campaign, and then when given the chance, the other parties, of standing against Nigel in a by-election to put up or shut up, they have all collectively bottled it. I wrote about this morning over at Heathen News, my Substack. Please do check the link below to follow me on Substack so you receive all my articles direct to your inbox. Now, before I get to the extent to which I think the establishment have just totally and utterly lost the plot, let's just look at the situation our country is in. The system that Labour and the Tories have presided over, that they've totally lost control of. Where you can see here, for instance, 12 visas issued to workers from Cameroon, but 180 dependents coming. So workers are bringing family members at a ratio as high as 15 per worker. They've totally lost control of the system. 257 health and care worker visas issued to Ghanaians, over 2,000 visas issued to family members. Bangladeshis, more than 5 dependents, 139 workers, 747 family members. Indians, more than 4 in terms of dependents. 2,400 workers, over 10,000 joining them. And we've got a system that is basically, the current system, bankrupting the country. Warnings that we are heading for a complete and utter economic meltdown because, of course, Labour have allowed welfare to utterly explode. Many cases, you can see just one there, of how Labour have allowed the finances to get into this state. And then when it comes to Clacton and the Clacton by-election, it shows you just how far the Tories have fallen, that they don't believe they have any realistic chance of winning or even of denting Nigel Farage's majority, it seems. Otherwise, of course, they would have stood. And that is incredible, given they stood in a manufactured by-election, of course, to give Andy Burnham away back to Westminster, and stood and got 2.2%, the Tories, utterly humiliated. And yet in Clacton, a seat that in 2019, they got over 30,000 votes and over 70% of the vote, they've absolutely bottled it.
Number one, I have nothing to apologise for at all. I haven't broken the law in any way at all, and I'm firmly of the belief, backed up by strong legal opinion, that I have not broken Parliament's rules either. However, as a result of constantly being referred and complained about, it now would appear from the media pylon and from the political party pylon that I'm guilty of virtually everything. I'm being painted out to the people in this constituency, frankly, as being a crook. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think Sky News or anybody else should be my judge. I think the voters here in Clacton should have that opportunity. And as for the other parties, you know, the Conservatives got over 30,000 votes here in 2019. They don't want to stand. They know, well, you know why? Because they'd lose and lose badly.
And at the same time, you know, Labour, the Lib Dems, the Greens, increasingly their only message seems to be vote for us to stop reform. That seems to be their constant message. And yet, having this opportunity to stand and make their case, and isn't that what political parties are supposed to do? Stand in elections, make their case, compete for votes. I think their position's an absolute embarrassment. And Justine Greening, not someone you would necessarily associate as having the same political views as Nigel Farage, I think she's right on the money here.
How depressing for democracy that we're going to end up with an important by-election and the only choices are apparently going to be Nigel Farage and Count Minface. I'm making a serious point here. And there's no point criticising Nigel Farage, as you both have done, and then not putting anyone up against him when it's a genuine election with real voters.
It's not a genuine election, it's a fake election.
No, it's not.
Designed
That's
to distract attention from the scrutiny that he deserves.
No,
it's not a real...
No.
What democratic purpose does it serve?
It's electing an MP.
A guy who's already elected.
Hang on, just finish my point. It's real people with real concerns, real votes, electing a real MP, and it is pointless sitting in this lovely London radio studio chatting about it. And then when the actual political fight happens in Clacton, we're like, oh no, I don't think we should really participate. It's just a stunt. No, it's not. It's called democracy.
It's not called democracy.
No, this is democracy. It's a by-election. And frankly, parties that subcontract from fighting a by-election, shouldn't complain if then Nigel Farage wins and, as Benedict says, comes back in a couple of months' time saying, what's the point? They've already elected me. This is a farce. And actually, it will seem like a farce. And I think if people want to present an alternative to Nigel Farage, it just seems to me pointless to not take this opportunity.
So, yeah, I think the decision to be complete and utter cowards and not even give voters the choice leaves, I think, the legacy parties looking absolutely ridiculous. I think they have completely and utterly lost the plot. And let me know what you think.
2019, the Conservatives got 31,000 votes here. What do they do now? They try to stop the Essex County Council elections from going ahead. They don't want a general election, despite a new Prime Minister. And now they won't put a candidate up here. I'd say that says a lot more about them than it does about me.
Well, they don't want to play your games, they would say.
It's an election. It's an election. Andy Burnham might call an election. I don't think he will, but he might. No, they are running away from the battle because they know they would be annihilated. It's as simple as that. And frankly, it's a bit of an insult to the people in the constituency that they don't want to stand.
But ultimately, of course, now it will be down to what the people, to what voters, to what those in Clacton, what their verdict is on all this.
So you're a Conservative councillor?
Yeah, I'm a Conservative councillor at Chelmsford. Recently moved to Clacton, and I quite like Nigel Farage and what he's trying to do. I believe a lot of things that he's trying to do are right. I think he's been hounded by the Labour Party, and I think it's been very unfair what they're doing to him. But I think he's the right man for Clacton, and certainly I'd see him as leader, Prime Minister one day, possibly.
So you're a Conservative councillor
who also likes Nigel Farage.
Who likes Nigel and would go and vote for Reform UK?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
So just finally on Kemi, do you think she's on the wrong track on this then? Not standing a candidate and claiming that it's a stunt?
Yes, I think she is. She should put a candidate in. Every party's entitled to do that, and even if they lost, the key thing is you stand up, be counted, and try to do your best. Yeah, I'm open for a fresh start. And
would you switch to Reform?
Yes, I would,
yeah. Why would you switch?
Because I think I've got better ideas. I want to stop the boats coming in. I want to do what we can for the community. I want Britain looking after Britain.
We identified ourselves. The occupant chose not to engage. So that is the statement that I'm able to give you.
Why did you knock on the door of Nigel Farage's daughter's house? What possible public interest was served by that?
Do you have children? Do
you have children?
I take you to the statement. I take you to the statement.
Oh no, don't hide behind the statement. You're the representative of Sky News.
Any statement.
Would you like people doorstepping your son or daughter?
It is a standard media practice.
I wouldn't. To doorstep people's kids now, is it?